So as I've been going through the process of retiring, me and my wife, I find out that a lot of people, don't even think of it. They're in their 60s or their late 50s and they're not even thinking about it. And they just don't realize how much of a process it really is. Now, if you want to retire at 65, you can go on Medicare. But remember, if you retire at 65, they base your Medicare on how much you made when you were 63. So if you're making $100,000 at 63,
current pace 27.23.
Retire at 65. Remember, you're going to be paying, whatever you made that year. That's how they're going to base your Medicare the rest of your life. So that's a big factor a lot of people don't think of. And if you're going to retire before 65, healthcare. I've talked about it in my last video about the healthcare and how much of a process it is. If you're in your 50s, put money in a Roth, pay the taxes now, put money in there, build up that, because if you want to retire before you're 65, you can always take a little bit of money out of there, because you can only make $84,600. So say you want to make $90,000. Well, make $80,000, and then you can take $10,000 out of that because it's already taxed and it don't count against your income. So that'll keep you down at $80,000, so you don't have to pay the $2,600 a month on ACA. So, there's a lot of things to it. And when you do retire, what do you plan on doing? As you see, I'm out here walking. I just did a 3-mile run. Now I'm going to do a 2-mile walk. And I'll do some lunges and, some squats and stuff. You got to make a plan, because retirement's more than just sitting on the couch watching TV. Because if you do that, you'll probably be dead before you're 70. So, get out in nature, enjoy the weather, plan vacations, plan if you want to retire somewhere, look into it, see what the taxes are in that state and stuff like that. We're retiring we go in the wintertime to Arizona. It's not much difference than Maine as far as taxes, but, no storms. It's perfect weather all winter. You don't have to deal with the real heat that they get in the summertime. We'll be back here in Maine before that. So, plan your retirement out. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than, you think. And if you got millions and millions of dollars, start spending it, man. Because if you don't, by the time you get to 73, you're just going to be giving it to the government. And one thing I wish I did, I'll get off right after this. One thing I wish I would have done earlier is make more buckets, put more in my Roth, put more in other brokerage accounts and stuff like that. So I have money to spread out a little more through this period, from 62 to 65. So I don't have to pay taxes on my money. So there's a lot of ways, look into it. There's a lot of good things on YouTube. I have a financial advisor. If you're looking for one, I have a good one. You can reach out to me and I'll send you her info. So so that's about it. I'm gonna get back to my walk and do some lunges and stuff and enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you do the same. Have a great day.